What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Greg M here talking sports. We're going to talk about hill resistant training, which is good for practically all athletes in any sport, but specifically for track and field runners, sprinters. This is going to help with your explosiveness, speed, power development, and just another alternative to other speed development work that you do on the track and so forth. So it's an article I found through researching, and I agree with it. It kind of covers a lot of things I did because I did a lot of hill train resistant training to help my speed and power development. All right, so we're gonna get into it. So stand by. All right, this is what I'm talking about. I found this online run to the finish by Amanda Brooks. So anyway, let's get into it. Hill sprint, best speed workout for strength and injury prevention. So that after you've been running for a while, it's natural to have a desire to get faster. The problem is most runners dive right into speed workouts and often end up injured. Instead, I want you to consider hill sprints. Hill repeats are the first speed work as a running coach that I have all our runners do. So she's talking about, what she has her runners do. So this is one of the important things that I believe in should be part of your workout. Let's move on to the next. So we'll continue here. Hill sprints are adjustable to every single fitness level and more importantly will make you faster while dropping your injury risk. Let's talk about how all of this works and some specific workout to get you going. So then that is true, I believe in that. So the question is, what are hill sprints? Hill sprints or hill repeats are set intervals of running with maximum effort uphill, followed by a recovery period, which usually involves walking or easy jogging back down the hill, which I did a lot, especially in the off season, right? You definitely, as a sprinter, especially, the explosiveness involved in coming out the blocks, coming out in the dry phase and get it up into high intensity speed and power, and then maintaining that. You need to develop that conditioning as far as speed and power, especially 100-meter sprinter, 200-meter, even 400-meter. All right, we're going to get into some more. All right, so let's look at this now. It says sprint specifically refer to an intensity level that puts you at 8 to 10 on the running RPE scale, and it's possible to hold for more than 30 to 60 seconds. Studies have been done on a roughly 10% incline for that top speed. So you don't want to go too much more than the 10%. You might can do a 20%, but then you'll be working on different systems as far as force production. Instead of getting a little bit of leg speed, turnover rate, you might just be more working on power. You want to get a combination where you get the leg speed to get the work into necessary to develop that over time, so you can distribute that onto a flat surface in the same format that you practice on the hill, if you know what I'm saying. But let's move on to the next. So now we're going to get into some more detail of what hill sprinting is, the benefits, and what you can get out of it. So starting out, you'll only do about 3 to 4 repeats, and even at the top end, no more than 10 repeats. Particularly if you're truly doing hill sprints, you are not gaining any massive benefit over 10 repeats. So you don't want to overdo it, basically. You're not going to, once your body hit that limit, there's not much more, benefit you can gain out of that besides burning out yourself and straining to it and risking injury. So no more benefits over 10 repeats, but you are increasing the chance of injury, just like I said. This is different than doing a run with a rolling hill. That's also something you 100% want to have in your training plan, but consider this a hard workout day. In other words, this is another type of speed workout. It is one that has been shown to work even quicker than strides, fartlek, or tempo runs. So include this as a hard day, just like coming up Monday and doing 5 times 300-meter sprint, which is a speed endurance run, where you're going at almost maximum effort with short recoveries. You know what I'm saying? To train your body to repeat. So we're gonna go on to some more info. So stay with me. All right, so here's some study here. It's of course talking about the 5 benefits of hill sprint. One small study in 2013 showed an average of 2% improvement for runners who spent 6 weeks adding hill intervals to their routine. Meanwhile, another small study in 2017 had runners commit to 12 weeks of hill training. The results were that hill sprints can significantly improve VO2 max, resting heart rate, speed endurance, and race performance. So you get all those benefits all in one just from the hill if you do it correctly. So for something that is short, quick, and available to all levels of runners, since it's based on effort, because you have to work on that effort, working over that resistance plane, so you still got to work on your form, right? It force you to drive with your arms, drive with your legs, and work those muscle groups, especially to kind of entice that fast twitch muscle. So you want to consider that. All right, let's move on to some more info. So now let's look at speed plus strength training combined. While running uphill hard, you are effectively getting a strength workout. Your legs have to work much harder than running on flat ground. Just like I said in the previous segment, you're pushing into the hill to create momentum while also trying to quickly turn over your feet. The glutes are firing in a massive way, that is your muscle groups, and you can include the fast twitch muscle fibers. So your glutes are firing in a massive way that is specific to your goal of running faster, not just being strong. As we know that strong glutes make for better endurance and more speed. Look at the powerful legs of sprinters. And of course, you're gonna do your weight training, your speed and power training using weight workouts also to enhance this on the hill, so that you're strong enough to handle the workload, so you don't strain because of imbalance in your muscle group. So you definitely make sure you want to keep that in mind. This doesn't replace weight training. All right, so more to follow here. And this is, as the title says, you're practicing good running form. I can't say it enough. Your body, especially in sprinting, running, you cannot perform better than your form will allow you to. If you're not practicing, or if you don't have good running form, you're not efficient. You're using more energy because you're all over the place. You're tightening up, your arms is swinging across your chest and not getting the maximum drive that you need to produce force to get your legs up and so forth. So let's read into it. One of the reasons that I love hill repeats for those newer to speed work is it forces good running form. Often when trying to run fast, we overstride and create all kinds of pain in the knee, hips, and IT bands. When running uphill, you must pick your knees up and keep your steps short and quick. So you're going to keep your feet right under you. You're not going to overstride. You're going to drive from your hips, where it will force you to keep your stride frequency in check, right? And then you transfer that, distribute that onto the track, and it becomes muscle memory. See what I'm saying? As opposed to you just practicing bad running form and no one is correcting you. You don't know how to correct that. This is a good way to help improve on that. It also forces you into a forward lean thanks to gravity, which gets your foot landing directly under your body. You have all the elements of good running form happening without you needing to overthink it. So like I said, muscle memory. And hill training will allow this for you to force this and condition your muscle and train your muscle that it becomes a thing where it's automatic. And you'll have that lean that you need. Your coaches always tell you, don't run upright, don't hold your head up to the sky. Kind of look forward, look straight ahead and have a slight lean, but you don't want to lean too much forward over to where you have too much backlift. So the hill kind of helps. The hill training kind of helps keep that running form in check. All right. And last but not least, less risk of injury than other speed workouts. And I can't, I have to say I agree with this. And I can't say it enough, just like the last statement, injury prevention is the key. You don't want to put in all this work and don't have no injury prevention process, proper recovery and so forth. You're working hard every day and burn yourself out and put too much stress, and then you risk injuries after all the hard work, and then you're out for the season. But anyway, because of the good form noted above, you are less likely to pull a hamstring or create another issue from trying to run faster than your current capabilities. It also lower impact than immediately adding in plyometrics, though you absolutely should do that at some point in your training. So yes, plyometrics is still important, but you want to, make sure you don't do them at the same workout, because this is a hard day workout. So running uphill allows you to land quicker on the ground, creating less impact on your joints and tendons, which is a good plus. That's why I don't believe in running on the track every day, leading up to the track season. So you definitely want to have a mixture of where you get the same workout that you need to get to perform on the track, but you have some variety in there. And hill workout is one of the best things I think you can have in your workout, which give you a combination of different benefits. All right, so that's it for now. I hope this information will help some people. And like I said, talk with your coach. Any information you get here, I always want to make sure you're healthy first of all to perform these workouts, and talk with your coach and make sure y'all can work with a good program in between how to implement this. All right, so till next time, we'll see you again.